Jack was a busy man. As a single dad and the CEO of a growing company, his days were full of meetings, calls, and endless work. But his daughter Emma was always his first priority. Emma was 10 years old, full of energy and curiosity. Jack wanted the best for her, especially when it came to school. So, when it was time to enroll Emma in a new school, he carefully chose what he thought was the perfect place. A school with good teachers, safe classrooms, and a friendly environment. On the first morning, Jack packed Emma's lunch, checked her backpack twice, and watched her leave the house with a smile. But as the day went on, Jack started to feel uneasy. Emma called him during lunch, confused and a little scared. She told him that the school was not the one he had picked. Somehow, Emma had ended up at the wrong school. Jack's heart raced. How could this happen? He apologized many times and promised Emma he would come to get her. Then he grabbed his coat and keys and hurried out the door. The streets were busy, and the rain had started to fall softly, making the roads shine with wet reflections. Jack's mind was full of worry. He wanted to make sure Emma was safe, but he also needed to find out more about this strange school. When he arrived, he saw a large old building surrounded by tall trees. It looked different from the modern school he had chosen. He hoped Emma was okay inside. As Jack walked into the school office, he was greeted by a friendly woman. She asked for Emma's name and soon found her in a classroom. But before Jack could reach her, a young woman stepped forward. She was the teacher, Lily. She had soft brown eyes and a calm smile, but there was something mysterious about her. Her voice was gentle but confident when she said, "You must be Emma's father. Don't worry, Emma is safe." Jack felt a strange feeling. Lily seemed kind, but also quiet, like she was holding something back. He introduced himself and explained the mix-up. Lily listened carefully, nodding. She told Jack that this school was small and old-fashioned, but the teachers cared deeply for their students. Jack noticed that Lily's eyes seemed sad for a moment, but she quickly looked away. Emma ran into her father's arms, happy to see him, but also excited about her day. Jack thanked Lily for taking care of his daughter. He wanted to ask more questions, but Lily had to return to her class. Jack watched her walk away, wondering about her story. That evening, Jack couldn't stop thinking about Lily. He wondered why she was so quiet and what made her look sad sometimes. He also thought about how Emma seemed happier than expected, even at the wrong school. Maybe this place was better than he first believed. The next morning, Jack decided to visit the school again. This time, he wanted to talk to Lily more. When he arrived, the school was busy with children laughing and playing. Lily was standing near the playground watching quietly. Jack approached her and started a conversation. Lily spoke softly about her work and how much she loved teaching children. She said the school was like a second family to her. But when Jack asked why she looked so serious sometimes, Lily changed the subject. Jack could tell she was hiding something important, but he didn't want to push her. Days passed, and Jack found himself visiting the school more often. He talked to Lily about Emma's progress and learned about the other students. He admired how patient and kind Lily was with every child. Slowly, Jack and Lily started to trust each other. One afternoon, while helping with a school project, Jack found a small notebook in Lily's classroom. It was filled with poems and drawings. The poems spoke of loneliness and hope. Jack read a few lines quietly and felt a deeper connection to Lily. He wanted to understand her better, to help her if she needed it. But just as Jack began to feel close to Lily, he noticed a man watching the school from across the street. The man's eyes were sharp and cold. Jack felt a chill. Who was this man? Why was he interested in the school and Lily? That evening, Jack told Emma about the man. Emma, who was usually fearless, seemed worried. Jack promised to keep them both safe. He decided he needed to find out more about Lily's past and the reason someone might be watching her. The mystery of the school mix-up had turned into something much bigger than Jack expected. It was no longer just about sending Emma to the right school. Now, it was about protecting his daughter, understanding a mysterious woman, and facing the unknown. Jack knew his life was about to change in ways he could never imagine. And it all started with one simple mistake, sending Emma to the wrong school. Jack couldn't stop thinking about the mysterious man he saw near the school. Every time he went to pick up Emma, his eyes scanned the crowd, looking for that cold stare again. He wanted to protect his daughter and Lily, but he didn't know where the danger came from. Lily, on the other hand, stayed calm, but didn't talk much about her past. Jack wished she could trust him more. One afternoon, Jack found himself waiting by the school gate longer than usual. Emma was playing with her new friends, laughing happily. Jack smiled, but also felt the weight of his worries. Lily appeared from the classroom, carrying a stack of books. When she saw Jack, she smiled softly, but her eyes still held a shadow of sadness. "Thank you for coming so often," Lily said quietly. "Emma is a good student. She fits in well here." Jack nodded. "She really likes this school, even if it wasn't the one I chose." Lily looked away for a moment. Sometimes the unexpected things bring the best surprises. Jack wanted to ask more about what she meant, but stopped himself. He didn't want to push her too hard. Instead, he said, "If there's anything you need, you can ask me. I want to help." Lily's smile grew a little brighter. "I appreciate that, Jack." Days passed, and Jack's visits became more frequent. He helped with school events and spent time with Emma and the other children. Slowly, he learned more about the small community at the school and the struggles they faced. It was different from his high-powered world of business, but he found himself enjoying it more than he expected. One rainy evening, Jack stayed late to help clean the classrooms. Lily was there too, organizing papers. Suddenly, the mysterious man from before appeared at the school gate again. This time, Jack didn't hesitate. He walked up to the man and asked, "Can I help you?" The man smiled coldly. "Just passing. Bye." "Is the teacher here?" Jack's heart raced. "Who are you?" The man didn't answer and walked away quickly. Jack followed him at a distance but lost sight in the wet streets. Back inside, Jack told Lily about the man. She grew pale but didn't speak. For the first time, she looked afraid. Jack promised he would keep her safe. That night, Jack searched for answers about the stranger. He used his contacts and private investigators. Slowly, he uncovered pieces of Lily's past. She had escaped a difficult life, full of pain and betrayal. The man watching her was someone dangerous, connected to that past. Jack realized this wasn't just about school anymore. It was about protecting the people he cared for. He wanted to help Lily find peace and give Emma a safe place to grow. The why. Days ahead would bring more challenges, but Jack felt ready. He would face whatever came, for his daughter, and for the mysterious young teacher who had quietly entered their lives. Jack woke up early the next morning, the memory of the stranger's cold eyes still haunting him. He knew he had to protect Lily and Emma, but he wasn't sure how. At breakfast, Emma chatted happily about her day, but Jack's mind was elsewhere. He watched Lily quietly sip her coffee, her usual calm hiding the worry inside. Jack decided to meet with the school principal. Maybe they could increase security or keep an eye out for strangers. The principal was kind, but said the school had limited resources. "We will do what we can, Mr. Daniels," she assured him, "but I suggest you also talk to the police." After the meeting, Jack called his old friend, Detective Harris. Harris promised to check on the situation and keep an eye around the school. Jack felt a little relief, but knew danger could still come without warning. Back at school, Jack found Lily alone in the library. She was reading an old book about hope and new beginnings. Jack sat beside her. "Lily, I want to help you. You don't have to face this alone." Lily looked at him, her eyes softening. "Thank you, Jack. It's been a long time since someone offered real help. I want to trust you." Days passed, and Jack's concern grew. One afternoon, Emma came, home crying. She said some kids were teasing her because she was different. Jack's heart broke. He promised Emma he would make sure no one would hurt her. Meanwhile, Jack kept trying to learn more about Lily's past. He discovered she had left behind a painful life, running away from a powerful man who wanted to control her. The stranger at the school was one of his men, watching, waiting. One night, Jack and Lily talked long after Emma had fallen asleep. Lily told Jack about her dreams of peace and safety, something she never had before. Jack promised he would protect her and Emma no matter what. As the danger grew closer, Jack prepared for the fight ahead. He was no longer just a single dad. He was a protector, ready to face any storm to keep his family safe. The next chapter of their lives was about to begin, with hope, courage, and a bond that could not be broken. The days that followed were filled with quiet tension. Jack could feel the shadow of danger growing closer, but he refused to let fear control him. Every morning, he dropped Emma off at school, watching her small figure disappear inside. And every evening, he made sure Lily was safe before locking the doors. One afternoon, Lily received a strange phone call. The voice on the other end was cold and threatening, warning her to leave town immediately. Her hands trembled as she ended the call, but she didn't tell Jack or Emma. Instead, she kept the fear locked inside, not wanting to scare them. Jack noticed the change in Lily's mood. She seemed distant, often lost in thought. He tried to reach out, but she stayed quiet. He worried the danger was closer than ever. Determined to protect them, Jack hired a private security guard to watch over the house. It was a small comfort, but better than nothing. At school, Detective Harris increased patrols, asking questions quietly without alarming the students or staff. One evening, Jack found Lily in the garden, staring at the stars. "Lily, we can't run forever. You need to tell me everything," he said gently. Lily looked up, tears shining in her eyes. She finally opened up about the man chasing her, a powerful businessman who wanted to force her to sell her family's land. "If I give in, I lose everything," she whispered. Jack clenched his fists, anger and determination mixing inside him. "We won't let that happen. Not while I'm here." The next morning, Jack met with a lawyer who promised to help protect Lily's rights and fight the threats. They started planning carefully, knowing that the next steps could be dangerous. Despite the growing threat, a quiet bond grew between Jack and Lily. They shared small moments of laughter, support, and hope. For the first time in a long while, Lily felt like she had a chance at a new life, one with safety and maybe even love. But the storm was coming, and Jack knew their fight was far from over. The next move would decide everything. Jack's determination grew stronger with each passing day. He knew the businessman threatening Lily wouldn't give up easily. The quiet town suddenly felt full of hidden eyes watching every move they made. Jack stayed alert, protecting his family while searching for a way to end the danger once and for all. One afternoon, Jack received an unexpected visit from the businessman's assistant. The man warned Jack to back off and stop helping Lily. "This can all end if you just walk away," the assistant said coldly. Jack looked him straight in the eyes. "I'm not afraid of threats. You'll have to go through me first." Back at home, Lily's fear grew. She didn't want Jack to get hurt because of her, but Jack refused to let her live in fear. He promised her, "I'll keep you safe, no matter what. Meanwhile, Jack and the lawyer prepared a strong legal case to stop the businessman from taking the land. They gathered evidence and talked to witnesses who supported Lily's family. One night, Jack stayed up late working on the case. He felt exhausted, but knew he couldn't stop now. Suddenly, the phone rang. It was Lily. Her voice was shaking. "Jack, someone is outside the house." Jack grabbed his phone and rushed outside. The security guard was already there, confronting a shadowy figure at the gate. The figure ran away, but the warning was clear. The danger was closing in. Despite the fear, Jack's courage never wavered. He held Lily close and whispered, "We'll get through this. Together." The next day, the town buzzed with news about the businessman's plan to take over the land. But Jack and Lily had a secret weapon, the truth, and a will to fight. As they prepared for the final battle, a quiet hope grew inside them both. They knew the road ahead would be hard, but they were ready to face it, side by side. The final day arrived with a tense silence over the town. Jack and Lily stood together, ready to face the businessman in court. Their friends and neighbors gathered, showing support for the small family fighting for what was right. In the courtroom, Jack's lawyer presented all the evidence clearly and calmly. Witnesses spoke about the land's true owners and the businessman's dishonest plans. Lily listened nervously, clutching Jack's hand for strength. Outside, the businessman's confident smile slowly faded as the truth came out. Jack felt a rush of hope as the judge carefully reviewed every detail. Finally, the judge spoke. The land belonged to Lily's family, and the businessman must stop his threats immediately. Relief and joy flooded the room. Jack and Lily hugged tightly, knowing their hard fight had paid off. The businessman left quietly, defeated. Back home, Lily smiled as she looked at the land she loved. "Thank you, Jack. You saved my home and gave me hope." Jack smiled back, tired but happy. "We did this together. No one can take that away from us." As the sun set, the two of them sat on the porch, dreaming about a peaceful future. The storm was over, and a new chapter had begun, one filled with trust, love, and the promise of better days ahead.